Good morning and welcome to the video for third grade for Thursday, January the 7th. Today we're going to be looking at daily math again. So for today, there actually aren't as many things that I need to help with. We have subtraction, we have addition and how that relates to subtraction, multiplication. The two things that we need to talk about for the first part will be perimeter. So perimeter is the measurement of the outside edge of each line for the shape that make up the shape. And so we can add those together to find the perimeter. So that's something that we will be doing in our Go Math book here in, oh goodness, probably a month or so, hopefully, maybe a couple months. Um, uh, just in time for state testing, I'm sure, that they'll ask you for these questions. So it's a good thing that we're seeing this early. So we can add all four of these numbers together to find the outside edge of the shape. For number 5, think about how many um, items there are in a dozen, and that will help you figure out what number we need to multiply by our number of dozens that we have to get one of these answers. For day 4, we're looking at multiplication again, addition, subtraction. How many inches are there in a foot? We'll see what you remember for that. And then are these shapes identical to each other, yes or no? And you can explain why or why not. So for that particular problem, depending on how you explain it, it actually could be either one, but you need to explain. So they may look identical to each other, but they may be different because of the size, or you could argue that they're not the same um, for different reasons. So go ahead and take a look at those. Um, so yeah, that should be pretty easy of all the things. So one of the things I would recommend that you would also go ahead and do. So last time I told you working with 11s, I would like you to also take a look at working with 12s. So what I'm going to do is, assuming that you're comfortable with your 11s, we can go ahead and backtrack and get an earlier number. So hopefully everybody's good up to 11s by now. Um, excuse me. We can use 4s to get our numbers for 8s. We can use 6s to get our numbers for 12s. So for instance, if we wrote out our list of 6s, which we've done before, then we can go ahead and start like this and keep going. Each of these is going to be added to itself. So for instance, we would do 6 plus 6, and that would give us 12. 12 plus 12 would give us 24. 18 plus 18 would give us 36. 24 plus 24 would give us 48. 30 plus 30 would give us 60. So we can take this number and multiply it by 2 basically, or double this number to get our numbers for 12. So I want you to go ahead and finish on a separate sheet of paper. Go ahead and finish both of these lists and work on both 6s and 12s and try to get comfortable with memorizing both of those. So you can tell me that 6 times 8 is, and then you can actually give me the answer. Or if you need to think about it for a moment, you can count up by 6s until you get there. So that would be your goal for today. So hope you have a good day. If you have any questions, please feel free to send me a message in Google Classroom or send an email, have a parent text me. And I'll be happy to answer any questions that you have on these problems. Have a good day, and I will see you tomorrow.